For tuning in, the official UFC Fight Night announcement for the card coming up Saturday, May 30th. Jon Anik now joined live from Las Vegas by the UFC president, Dana White. Good to see you, my man. How goes the battle out there?
It's going. You know, this whole thing has been very interesting, but I think we're in a good place. I think we got it done, and I think we're going to stay home and be at the Apex here. It's looking good.
So you got 3 in the can in Jacksonville. Congratulations, of course, on all the execution. We know everything. We probably don't know everything that went into it, but we know a lot of went into it, and it went off without a hitch. And now, of course, pending final approval from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, it'll be the Apex on May 30th. Got to feel good to even hear those words, right? That Saturday, May 30th, 8 days from now, Apex could be live and popping.
100%. Once we get that thing done, you know, we start knocking out events. Get everybody in Nevada, including the commission, comfortable with what's going on. I think we'll be back to as close to normal as possible soon, and we won't have to worry about this stuff anymore.
All right, well, in terms of the May 30th fight card, we're just going to rifle through that for you. We're going to reveal the entire fight card right now. It's UFC Fight Night, Woodley versus Burns, live not only on ESPN+, but also simulcast on ESPN. First up, the prelims. A lot of names going to jump off the page here. At bantamweight, Louis Smolka taking on Casey Kenny. Former flyweight title challenger Tim Elliott back against a newcomer that people are really excited about in Brandon Royval. Billy Q takes on the Alpha Ginger Spike Carlisle, and Caitlin Chookagian going to try her hand at a second Shevchenko sister. She takes on Antonina in the featured prelim. Then the main card looks like this. At strawweight, Mackenzie Dern faces Hannah Cyphers. Good one at lightweight. A couple of Dana White Contender Series alums here. Brock Weaver, Roosevelt Roberts. Kevin Holland making a quick turn, Dana. That's a story. After a win last weekend, he takes on Daniel Rodriguez. Co-main event at heavyweight, Blagoy Ivanov facing Augusto Sakai. In the main event, of course, Tyron Woodley versus Gilbert Durinho Burns. So a lot of meat on the bone, Dana. And, of course, all roads are going to lead us to Gilbert Burns and Tyron Woodley. Woodley was to face Leon Edwards March 21st in London. That fight went away. And now this new matchup that fans are excited about. How did this main event come together from your end of things?
Yeah, I mean, as things started to fall apart and we continued to, figure out who still wanted to fight, when we were trying to pull off the April 18th card in California, we were still looking at other fights. Obviously, we got it together. We went to Florida. We pulled 3 cards out, and we got back in the office here on Monday, and then Tuesday we had our matchmaking meeting to figure out the rest of June, and then but the Woodley Burns match is a fight that we really wanted to make. Gilbert Burns has been on an absolute tear. He's undefeated at this weight since he went to 170. He's 3-0. He's got 8 wins by submission, 6 by knockout, 10 first-round finishes, and beat Damian Maia, which is a big deal. So, this kid's on fire right now. Him and Woodley should be fun.
Oh, it's incredible. A lot of people see Gilbert as a live underdog. He's plus 160 or so right now, but 5 consecutive wins. And always nice to see a guy get that first main event nod, right? I mean, you look at the body of work, 11 UFC wins, and finally getting that main event showcase. I'd imagine you're pretty excited to see what he can do with it against a former champ.
Yeah, and he matches up very well against Woodley. And, this should be a really, really fun fight, man. I'm looking forward to it.
So 170 pounds, just so good right now. I mean, so many interesting players in that top 10. Of course, Jorge Masvidal is all the rage, Colby Covington, Leon Edwards, and they're all chasing Kamaru Usman. I'd imagine from the promoter's seat, you feel pretty good about the outlook at 170 pounds right now.
Yeah, 170-pound division is awesome right now. Any of those guys fighting each other is an incredible fight. You could do Masvidal, Covington. You could do Woodley, Covington, Woodley, Masvidal, Edwards versus any of them. And all 4 of those guys versus Usman is fun.
Right. So Kevin Holland, I mentioned his name before. I remember when he made his UFC debut in LA, and you said after the fact, he fought Thiago Santos, that all the celebs were texting you and talking to you about Kevin Holland. And he's really been must-see TV most of every step of the way in the UFC. And now obviously people are talking about him again because he just won and he's on the fight card here coming up in 8 days.
Let me tell you what the ingredient for becoming big and becoming a star and staying relevant and people wanting to see you fight again is be active. Stay active. If you're young, you're healthy, and you can pull off, 4 or 5 fights in a year, you should absolutely do it. And he's one of these guys, man. He looked great. he had an easy night in Florida, made it quick, and now he's going to turn around and fight again. When you're young and up and coming, keep your name out there and stay busy, and you know, good things will come your way, and you'll make a shitload of money too.
Right? Yeah, and
we're on ESPN.
Right, tied for the second.
Sorry, ESPN. You know you're gonna get this every once in a while with me.
So Kevin Holland, second shortest turnaround in UFC history. We'll see what he can do with it. All right, 2 quick hits on the way out. I know we want to keep the focus on May 30th, but a lot of buzz about Jon Jones potentially moving up to heavyweight, wants Francis Ngannou. Does that whet your appetite at all, that potential booking down the line?
Jon Jones versus Ngannou?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, obviously that's a fight that people would love to see, and you know, these guys are talking a lot of smack back and forth. I don't see that fight happening.
Yeah.
I don't see that fight happening.
All right, and last thing before we let you fly, the Fight Island buzz, dude, is so palpable. I mean, the T-shirts are flying off the shelves, UFCstore.com. You can get them right now. And I'd imagine your phone doesn't go 5 or 10 minutes without some fighter or executive type blowing you up trying to get answers on Fight Island. Is there any update on the island?
You know what's hilarious about you asking me that question right now? Literally this morning when I was driving to work, I was talking to Ari, and Ari goes, how many people a day ask you where Fight Island is? Because I guess people are blowing him up, asking him where Fight Island is. And yeah, no, people are very intrigued by Fight Island, and I'm excited for it. Right now, we're looking at June, and we're literally gonna knock out 3 or 4 fights there in a month. And I'm gonna stay on the island for a month. I'm gonna go stay there. I'll probably be there the whole month of July.
Wow, incredible. Can't wait to see it all play out, and congratulations on just getting this thing up and back running again. We all appreciate it. Every last one of us on your staff, all the fans, and I know you're as busy as any man in pro sports, so we appreciate a few minutes on that.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, there he is, UFC President Dana White with us live here today as we get you